What's up, everybody? This is the Chicago Sports Talk. Michael, we're going to be reacting to Ryan Poles' response to RG3's comments. And if you want to watch the whole 16-minute video and analyze it for yourself, I will put the link to it in the description below. If you want to go check it out for yourself. It's a 16-minute video, but we're just going to review the part where Ryan Poles responds to RG3's comments.
Yeah. Do you hear because obviously, and we're lucky to talk to a few GMs around the league, but like when RG3 comes out, you heard it. Yeah. Okay. What are your don't you think like your particular Bears feels different than maybe the previous Bears? Like that's how we feel outside looking in. It's like, hey, this is a brand new building almost. Does it feel like that in there? And obviously you weren't there beforehand, but does it feel like you and Eberflus's culture is because at the end of the last season, it feels like, okay, the culture is kind of settling in, team settling in. You guys feel that obviously?
Yeah, it pisses me off a little bit, to be honest with you, because we were hired to break a cycle. The same thing when I was in Kansas City, Coach Reed, all of us were brought there to break a cycle, and we did. And no one talks about those days anymore. It's all about what they are right now. So
Ryan, here's what Ryan Poles is basically saying. If you already don't know the Chicago Bears cycle by now, they have a rookie quarterback in a lame duck head coach situation. Rookie quarterback struggles, the head coach gets fired, and then they have to learn a new playbook. Ryan Poles is saying that he's getting mad. Well, not really like a lot of mad, but a little mad because he was brought in to fix a cycle, and he brings up the situation that he was hired in Kansas. Because people don't know Ryan Poles was a part of that Mahomes draft. And no one talks about it. And the Chiefs went through so many quarterbacks before Patrick Mahomes, the Matt Castle era, the Alex Smith eras, is there any more quarterbacks that I'm missing before? But I could have sworn that there were so many quarterbacks before Patrick Mahomes. And Ryan Poles brings up the simple fact that he was a part of that rebuild of the Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid. Like I said, people don't really look into the situation. They just think Mahomes, basically it was magic in a bottle. But Ryan Poles' diligence was to break a cycle that the Chiefs were going through. And the Bears cycle is a rookie quarterback struggles the first year. Head coach gets fired and they have to learn a new playbook. And then the quarterback gets completely sabotaged, and then they have to get rid of that quarterback and bring in a new quarterback, and then it's vice versa all over again. So Ryan Poles is telling you that this is not the same Bears team with Ryan Pace. Because with Ryan Pace, there was veterans, obviously, but they couldn't stay healthy. Ryan Pace gave them bad contracts. Ryan Poles' only bad contract I can remember is, if this does not turn out good this year, is the Nate Davis contract if he does not stay healthy this year. So I think Ryan Poles has done a good job. Notice how I'm not saying fire Ryan Poles after he traded Justin Fields. It was a sad day. I'll say that. It was a sad day, but at the end of the day, Poles is I have to see what Poles does, because if Caleb flops, then Poles is going to get fired. But
I really believe we're about to break this cycle and get this city in a really good situation and win a lot of games. So the past is the past. Like, I don't worry about that at all. It's about where we're going.
Okay. Well, a lot of people had a similar reaction to you. Owner at the owners' meetings of the Green Bay Packers here. Ty has a question for you, Paul.
Yeah, unfortunately, because just talking to you right now, you're a great guy, and I really like what you've done this offseason. I hope you guys lose so many games the rest of your game. But that's personal. But you talk about Caleb fitting the culture of the team. Coming in, obviously, you move some of those foundational pieces, and then this year you trade for Sweat at the trade deadline, give him a massive extension. How do you know, or how long does it take when it's like, okay, we finally do have the guys that I'm looking for in here that fit the culture and kind of what Coach Flus is trying to do with the team?
Yeah, the team starts to run itself. The locker room runs itself. You don't have to get up there and talk about standing.
Okay, so give me 1 second. So everyone pay attention to me real quick. Was I mad? Was I sad the day we traded Justin Fields? Absolutely. But I was not hightailing, saying fire Poles, because at the end of the day, Poles hasn't done anything bad enough for this organization. Okay? This is not Ryan Pace's regime where you know Ryan Pace was going to screw this up. Like, this is what separates Poles from Pace. Poles is a guy that wants to build a team for the draft brick by brick, which is why Trubisky and Fields failed, because they were not in good situations. Like, Ryan Pace put them in terrible positions. Like, Trubisky had no receivers. His rookie year also had no offensive line. Justin Fields had a washed-up Allen Robinson. His only good receiver was Darnell Mooney the rookie year. Cole Kmet was on a downward spiral. Cole Kmet didn't have a good year. Justin Fields' rookie year. And if you go look at the situation that Caleb is in, I think it's way better than what Trubisky and Justin Fields had. But at the same time, RG3, and I've listened to RG3, and the only thing I disagree with RG3 is I don't think it would have been good if Caleb went to the Commanders, the same team that ruined you. I mean, you should know that. But like I said, this is the best situation a young quarterback like Caleb Williams is going into. You have two 1,000-yard receivers. You have Cole Kmet, who emerged as a tight end. You have a middle-of-the-pack offensive line that needs a center and a left tackle competition. And you got Shane Waldron, who resurrected Geno Smith. Meanwhile, Trubisky and Justin Fields did not really have a good offensive coordinator. Trubisky had Bill Lazor, and Justin Fields had Luke Getsy. So Caleb's getting, like, it should be a crime in the NFL for a rookie like Caleb to go in a situation like this, which is ironic for a quarterback, because when you get selected with the number 1 overall pick, you're usually going to a dumpster fire organization. But anyways, that's my thoughts on Ryan Poles responding to RG3's comments. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about RG3's comments. To me, it's more said than done. The Bears are going to take Caleb, and Caleb's going to have the best situation possible. And I also want to bring up the fact, just because I say that, and if he has a bad game, it's going to be on Caleb Williams. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's not going to be on any players. It's not going to be on any coaching staff. It's going to be on Caleb Williams. So I'm not going to – and if Caleb has a bad game, we're not going to – I already know some people are going to bring up the fact that he paints his fingernails. He dresses like a girl. He cares more about that than he cares the game. The reason why I say that, and then people come and attack me saying I'm attacking his character, no. I'm telling you, if he loses games, you better bring up the player, not the character, because we all know how the media is here in Chicago about how they're going to attack Caleb's character, saying that he cares more about painting his nails than he cares about the game. Like I said, Caleb, as long as Caleb wins, the stuff that he does, I mean, it doesn't matter to me regardless. I'm just going to call it how I see it. If he has a good game, he has a good game. If he has a bad game, he has a bad game. But I'm just calling it out how I see it and telling y'all to judge the player instead of judging the character. Now, if Caleb Williams did like some stupid stuff, like getting into fights that costs us the game and we lose the quarterback, then we could talk about the character. But until then, you have to judge the player. And I will evaluate Caleb Williams every week. Like I said, I'm not having, like, I don't have allegiance to this new quarterback. So anyways, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and bear down.